Alright, so XDefiant just got delayed. Now this news comes soon after an open playtest for the game, and the devs seem to have spotted something that required the game to be in the oven a little bit longer. This is typically a cause for celebration, since you don't see too many dev teams delay a game to work on it a little bit longer, you know, with things like Cyberpunk 2077 coming out in the way that it did, or, you know, there's a slew of examples out there where games just don't take the time that they need to get things right. In the case of XDefiant, that's exactly what they're doing, and I'm here for it. Though there is something that is concerning me with this game, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. My name is iSpick13, and let's get into why I'm a little bit concerned about XDefiant. Alright, so for those that don't know what XDefiant is, just a quick recap to catch you up. It's a free-to-play first-person shooter developed by Ubisoft San Francisco and published by Ubisoft. It's kind of one of those games that harkens back to the old days of Call of Duty. Fun fact, I believe the director, Mark Rubin, worked on older Call of Duty games like Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, and if I'm not mistaken, Call of Duty Ghosts was one of them. So there's a bit of Call of Duty DNA in XDefiant. So sounds like a good time on paper. Now, I did do a video talking about my initial impressions of XDefiant, which you can find somewhere in the iCard down in the description. Also have a little card at the end. Up front, I wasn't really too into it. I didn't like it all that much, but I also thought the game on its own merit was pretty good. So if you want to hear my full thoughts on that, you can check that out there. All right, so let's talk about this delay. The original announcement came from Twitter, and the message reads as follows. Thank you to everyone who participated in our recent public test session and continues to stand alongside us as we build XDefiant. The PTS once again showed us your appreciation for our fast-paced gunplay, uniquely crafted maps, objective-driven modes, and iconic faction roster. But it also surfaced some inconsistencies in the game experience that we need to address prior to launching our preseason. So we've made the hard decision to delay the preseason of XDefiant. The team will continue working to address these issues and testing them to make sure we deliver on our goal of being the best-in-class arcade shooter. We will share more information about the preseason and testing as it comes. Thanks again for your support. We're working hard to make something really special, and we couldn't do it without you, the XDefiant development team. Now, the tweet itself didn't really go into detail about what caused the development team to delay the preseason, but Mark Rubin decided to go ahead and clear the air on that. Due to a number of reports that they received after the playtest, it seems like one of the examples is sliding, that it felt clunkier or nerfed, generally movement-based reasons. And he said that it actually was caused by lag spikes, so something like this wouldn't have been caught in a traditional local playtest, something that would have only been able to get spotted online. So everybody that went and did the playtest and made the reports, you're making the game better, kudos. Now, why am I concerned about XDefiant? This kind of goes back into another video that I made sometime before. I know I keep pointing you to other videos that I made in the past, but it's relevant here, where I talked about live service games and how I think that model is failing. You have a lot of games like The Second Frontier, which was shut down, Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, which has ceased new development. It's basically in maintenance mode, no new updates, but the servers are still online at least, so you can play that game. Gundam Evolution will shut down soon, which is a bummer because I actually really like that game, even if it's Overwatch with a Gundam skin. And more recently, the ill-fated Hyenas, which never made it out of beta. As soon as that open beta finished, they made that announcement saying, hey, the game's canceled, sorry guys. And let me go ahead and make this clear. Concerning XDefiant, I do not want this game to fail. I want this game to succeed. I said as much in that XDefiant First Impressions video, and I'm saying it again now. I don't want XDefiant to fail. Now, as far as a list of potential problems, there's 3 that I can think of as of right now that may hinder XDefiant overall. So let's say it releases, you're in preseason or season 1, things are going great. These 3 things are gonna be a bit problematic. And you can apply all of 3 of these things to other games as well. It's not exclusive to XDefiant. Now let's talk about that first thing. Smurfs. The thing about Smurfs is that they're kind of hardcore. They want to do well in the game. They want to get that good rank, and they're going to be all over the place. Every game where there's a competitive aspect to it, they're going to be there. Dota, Counter-Strike, Valorant, League of Legends, what have you, Smurfs will be there. And as a result, it may push out the casual players that are just logging on to have a good time. People like me, honestly, let's be real. And the lower the player count, then the game's going to suffer. Which kind of brings me into my next point. Number 2, cheaters. Now, cheaters are going to be there as well, whether you want them there or not. No, it seems like no matter what kind of anti-cheat a game has, they're just going to find a way around it, and it's just this never-ending game of cat and mouse between the cheaters and the devs, and it kind of sucks for everybody else that just wants to have a good time. Again, if the cheaters decide to go ahead and ruin the game for everybody else, they're going to push out that player base, and you're going to be left with smurfs and cheaters. Which brings me to my final point, buying power, or lack thereof. So yes, the game is going to be free to play, but the game's going to be making its money through microtransactions. That's going to be inescapable for any free to play game. And typically these are going to be cosmetics, not a huge deal. It'll be cool to have some that you can earn through gameplay, but the money's going to be made through some of these more exotic cosmetics through in-game purchases, right? That's how they're going to make their money. They got to make their money somehow. May as well be this if it's free to play, right? The thing about this is that right now, and I'm about to get really real here, shit sucks out here right now, man. And let me put it this way, as an adult, I'm seeing a lot of people that are struggling right now, struggling to pay rent, struggling to get groceries, and it's getting harder and harder to spend money on entertainment, whether it be movies, books, or video games, whatever the case may be. And if there are not enough people that are able to buy these microtransactions through XDefiant, the game's not going to be supported financially, and the publisher may just see this as a failure and shut the game down. So it's unfortunate, but that's kind of where we're at right now. And you could say that the devs kind of made this decision on their own. It may not even be them. It could just be Ubisoft on their own that are trickling these orders down to the devs. So I don't know. I just hope that the game succeeds. But those 3 things are what's making me nervous about this game, because so many other live service entities or games or whatever, they're not doing too hot right now. Unless you're Call of Duty, Fortnite, or Destiny, there might be some others in there like maybe PUBG. I think they're doing pretty well. Unless you're a big AAA entity, it's getting harder to exist in the live service space. And that sucks, because a lot of these games are actually pretty good. But in the grand scheme of things, if they can't get that financial support, that monetary support, then they're not going to stick around. Now, this video is getting a bit too long, so I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. As of right now, there are no new release dates for XDefiant. I'll have to keep tabs on the XDefiant Twitter for new updates on that. And also, guys, let's just let the devs work on the game for right now. Let's not badger them on Twitter. I see the blue check marks are going crazy on Twitter right now, just being super contrarian. Gotta get that Elon Musk money, I guess. Whatever. Anyways, keep saying that, but I'm hoping for the best for XDefiant, because I don't want this game to fail. As I've said many times already in this video, I want this game to succeed. And even if I don't like it, I'm gonna try it out again to see if my tune changes a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons, because your boy's trying to grow the channel. All the help I can get will be appreciated. Thank you very much. And if you wanted to check out some other videos, there are the 2 that I mentioned before. You can check that here on the left and right. That being said, stay hydrated. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.